are live. Welcome everybody to our nutrition live streaming event. We are so glad that you are here joining us live, or if you're watching the replay tomorrow, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Hayley Curtis. I am an area manager with Arbonne, and this is Sharon Gleeson, and she is an executive area manager with Arbonne. And we are just so happy to be here tonight to share all of this information with you. Sharon and I actually ran this event in person a couple of weeks ago, and we had such great feedback from people, and people learnt so much from the event, but a lot of you couldn't make it in person. So this is the beauty of social media. We can jump on here and we can come live to you on your couch or in your bed, wherever you are, and to everyone around the world as well. So thank you so much for your time, and congratulations to you for taking the time out to actually invest in learning to learn how to really implement some things into your life to improve your health. So a little overview of what you're going to be hearing from us tonight. We're going to talk about the issues with the modern day diet and different things that are happening in our bodies because of what we're consuming. And we're also going to talk about the steps that you can take to living a healthier and a happier life, because it is so confusing these days what it actually means to be healthy, and advertising and all of these different sorts of things. So we just want to cut through it all for you so that you can walk away tonight knowing exactly what you need to do to be able to live a healthier and happier life. And we're also going to be talking to you about our Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living program and how that can be implemented into your life to help solve some of the issues with the current day diet. So we're going to start off by telling you a little bit about our story when it comes to nutrition, so that you can understand a little bit about where we're coming from when we share this information with you. So for me, I have always been pretty involved in the health and wellness and fitness industry. So when I graduated from high school, I went straight to TAFE and became a personal trainer, because that's what I was passionate about and that's what I wanted to do. And over the next few years after that, I worked in a lot of different gyms here in Perth and also overseas on cruise ships and things like that. And I got extremely into the fitness world. And I'm not sure how clear the picture is for you, but this muscle wildebeest woman up here, that's me. About 8 years ago, I was very into bodybuilding. And what actually happened is that I was listening to what the fitness industry was telling me was healthy for my body. So I was taking a lot of supplements, drinking whey protein shakes, having pre-workout, post-workout, eating ridiculous amounts of chicken. Oh my gosh, the amount of chicken that I consumed is ridiculous. And what actually happened was my healthy lifestyle I was leading actually caused me to become very unwell. And over the course of about 8 or 9 years, I slowly got more and more unwell until 2 years ago, I was actually bedridden for 6 months. I could not do anything. I couldn't work, couldn't go to the shops to do grocery shopping. My whole digestive system had shut down because of my healthy lifestyle that I was leading. And as you could imagine, I tried everything to get my body to work again. I have seen every specialist in Perth. I've tried every diet under the sun, and just nothing was working. I was just getting more and more unwell. So you could imagine that I was actually really reluctant to try the Arbonne 30 Days to Healthy Living program, because I'd become really protective over what I actually put into my body. But I'd hit rock bottom, and I was like, you know what? It's worth a go. Anything's worth a go. And what I found was just absolutely amazing. Honestly, within about 4 days, I felt better than I had felt in a year. And after the first 30 days of the program, I felt the best I had felt in 10 years, my entire adult life. Things like my bloating, I was so severely bloated that I actually broke a rib a couple of years ago from my bloating. That was gone. My skin rashes were gone. My glands weren't swollen anymore. I was more regular going to the bathroom. My brain fog went away. I was able to deal with anxiety and depression that I was just riddled with. So this is what has made me so passionate about sharing what I have learned over the years about nutrition and what it truly means to be healthy, because I really understand through my experience the value of your health. It is truly the most valuable thing that you own, and I'm just so happy that you are here with us tonight so that I can give you a little bit more insight into what that I have found. So Sharon, if you want to share your little testimony.
Yeah. So my story is a little bit different than Hayley's. I've always been really into exercise and fitness. It's always been a really big part of my life, and always have been very conscious about what I eat. But over the years, I guess I fell into some convenience traps. You know, especially once I had kids, you start to get busy, and little things sneak into your lifestyle that you don't really realise. So whilst I looked really healthy on the outside, there were probably some things that I was doing on the inside that weren't so healthy. So, you know, sometimes I'd skip lunch because, you know, having done lots of meal prep, you know, for the kids and the family, lunches, afternoon teas, dinner, the last thing I would feel like doing would be sitting down and making lunch and then eating it. So I'd often just grab a muesli bar or a handful of rice crackers, just stuff that wasn't, you know, it's not like I was driving through Macca's, but I wasn't really giving my body the sort of fuel that it needed. And so I've always also been really anti-diet. So this program sort of sat around in the background in my business for a while. I didn't think it really related to me because I didn't need to lose weight. I guess I did see it as a weight loss program, so I was actually really uneducated. And it was really only because I started to hear the successes that other people were having in terms of increased energy levels, just feeling so much healthier, even looking more radiant and vibrant, that I actually started to take a look at it and decide that it was worth a go. The really big thing for me that drew me in was the importance of detoxifying. It wasn't really something that I'd ever thought too much about. And I've got a family history of cancer and Parkinson's disease and dementia. So anything that I could be doing to try and improve my health and make sure that I'm giving myself the best chance of living a long and healthy life and not being a burden on my kids, then I'm going to do it. So I absolutely love the program now. I realise it actually is for me because it is about health. It's not about diet. It's about detoxifying. It's about alkalising your body. And what I do love about it is it does fit my lifestyle. It is quick and convenient and way more nutritious than what I was doing previously. So a couple of statistics that might surprise you. Just quickly, a few things I want to pull out here. It might surprise you to know that the #1 killer worldwide is actually heart disease. So we talk a lot about cancer, but heart disease actually accounts for more deaths in women than all cancer deaths combined. The other really big thing is obesity. So 2 out of 3 Australians are obese, and that problem is actually getting worse. And that then trickles down to our children, and there's concern now that our children's generation won't outlive their parents' generation because childhood obesity and diabetes are becoming such a big thing. And as a mum, that was a really big thing for me, was making sure that the role model that I set for my kids and the way that I set them up is that they will you know, have healthy lifestyles starting from a very young age. So sugar's the big killer. We're all hearing a lot about that. We have between 1 to 1.5 kilos of sugar a week. And the other big one is, and I wish I'd known this 30 years ago, our overall body appearance and health, only 10 to 20% of that is based on our genetics and exercise. The other 80% is actually from nutrition. So my question to you is, are you that person out there at the gym that's trying to exercise your way out of a bad diet? Because I'm telling you now, you can't.
Yes. So the common health issues with the modern day diet, pretty much in short, we are overfed and undernourished. We are consuming a lot of food and not much of it is nutrient dense. And our bodies just simply are not getting what they really need to function at their optimal level, because I tell you now, when you actually fuel yourself with the right nutrients and you're getting nutrient dense food in, you actually feel like, oh my gosh, is this actually what life is meant to feel like? You have so much energy, and that's not how a lot of us are living our lives at the moment. And 70% of the Western diet is made up of processed and convenience foods. That is a huge number. But I mean, that's the reality of the world that we live in. We are busy people. I'm busy, Sharon's busy, you're busy. We've got stuff to do. And as a result, we're grabbing something out of a box. We're opening up a packet. We're buying a pre-made salad and ripping open a dressing and pouring it all over there. And the result of that is that we're taking in so many artificial colours, artificial flavours, vegetable oils and sweeteners and extra sugar and just so many things that are toxic for our bodies. And there's no wonder that disease is on the rise, because that is just the manifestation of the modern day diet that we're eating. And I mean, it's been years now since I've eaten fast food, just because of a necessity of how much that my body is allergic to, but I mean, people in my immediate network of friends and family are eating a lot of this stuff, and I think that it's time to sort of wake up and realise that this stuff is not only not serving us, it's actually hindering us as well.
So I just guess I'd ask you, is there one thing that you'd like to improve about your health? Is it that you want to feel healthier? Is it you'd like to lose some weight or be able to maintain a stable weight? Is it that you want to reduce toxins or increase your energy levels? I know that's a really big one that I find when I talk to people these days. Energy seems to be a really big one. So just have a think and see whether there's perhaps just one thing that you'd like to focus on improving your health, and perhaps think about that as we move through the rest of the presentation. So doctors use the analogy of our body as a bathtub. So if you think about a bath, the faucet's on and the water's coming into the bathtub, our bodies are like that, and it's toxins that are coming into our bathtub. So if those toxins are coming into a faster rate to our body than our drains can eliminate them, what's going to happen? The bathtub's actually going to overflow. So what happens is that when those toxins affect our body and we have that spillover, it can affect the body systems in a lot of different ways, which Hayley will talk about in a moment. So it's not just about what we eat. So toxins come into our body through the foods that we eat, through the environment. And one thing I really wasn't conscious of 3 years ago was that toxins actually come into our body through our blood, through our skin. So 60% of what we put onto our skin is actually absorbed into our bloodstream within 26 seconds. And you know, you think about how many personal care, skincare products you use every day. And they say that men use between 7 to 17 and women use between 7 and 37 products a day. And there's lots of petrochemicals and toxic ingredients that are in those products. So those things are getting into our bloodstream, and they say that the average person has over 200 synthetic chemicals stored in their body at any one time. And a study was done in February, or released in February, that actually showed that babies are now being born with over 200 synthetic chemicals already in their body. And that's a pretty alarming statistic when you actually look at the side effects of toxins on our body. So we clear our toxins through our body's elimination organs. So that includes our lungs through breath, our gastrointestinal tract through faeces, our liver through our blood, our kidneys through urine, and our skin through sweat. So making sure we clear the drains is really, really important to getting rid of those toxins from our body.
And I absolutely love that analogy of the bathtub, because it's the reality of so many of our bodies. We're just riddled with this toxic matter, and it's manifesting in our bodies in different ways. So up on the screen here, the text is probably too small for you to see, but these are all different ways that toxins can manifest in the body. So for example, we have poor memory, headaches, tiredness, fatigue, constipation, diarrhea, eczema, sinus problems, weight gain, leaky gut, so many different ways that this can turn up in the body. And a really alarming thing for me when I look at this list of things, if I look back to 2 years ago when I was at my absolute worst state with my health and my gut had shut down, every single one of the things up here on this screen I was experiencing in my body. And that is just a complete sign of all of the toxic matter that was in my body. And I've been able to get rid of every single one of these by following these guidelines that Sharon and I are going to talk to you about tonight, and also following the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. So I don't know what's happening in your body. Maybe you just have one or two of these things, or you have all of them like I did. But I just want to encourage you that by actually following these guidelines and principles that we're going to share with you, you can actually heal your body of this stuff. And the route of different medications may not have to be the way that you need to go. So I'm going to let you in on the biggest secret, the world's biggest secret, and that is that diets do not work. They simply don't. There is this thing that you're probably aware of that is called yo-yo dieting. And as women especially, you've probably experienced it at one point or another in your life. And yo-yo dieting is when we decide, okay, I'm going to go on a diet, I'm going to get healthy. So we go on this calorie deficient diet, and what happens is we lose some weight. And then we come off the diet and we start eating the foods we used to eat, and we put more weight on again, if not more. We go back on a diet again, and we get this fluctuation, this up and down. This is what yo-yo dieting is. And not only is that not healthy for your body, situation, but it's actually not addressing the key reason our bodies aren't in a healthy state in the first place. I really love this image here because it explains it so well. So this is why diets don't work. You can see the person at the start of this image here, and they have toxins in their body. So all of these little dots are the toxins that are running around in their body. And they've decided, okay, I really want to lose some weight, I'm going to go on a diet. So they cut calories, they go on some fad diet, who knows, maybe they're drinking lemon cleanse or something, I don't know. And what happens is, yeah, they lose weight because they've been calorie cutting. So now we have them here in the middle. They've lost some of their weight, but look at how much toxic matter is in their body. They're absolutely riddled with toxins because they hadn't been focusing on getting rid of the toxic matter. And what actually happens is, fat is actually a protection mechanism in our body to protect ourselves from toxic matter. So as soon as you come off your diet and you eat a piece of cake or a piece of toast or something, your body's going to grab all the fat it can and wrap it back around the toxic matter in your body. And this is why we actually end up putting on more weight after a diet than what we had to start with. And this is where we then get stuck in this cycle of up and down, up and down. The 30 Days to Healthy Living program is actually a cellular cleansing process. So we're focusing on the toxins. We're focusing on eliminating these things out of the body. And as a result, when we actually don't have the toxic matter there, that's when fat starts to melt away. And what happens is we have the person here at the end who's gotten rid of a lot of that toxic matter, and this allows them to keep a steady weight. I don't know about you, but I've always struggled with fluctuating with my weight. I'd put on 6 kilos in a week and then drop it the next week. And that was because of this process here, not getting rid of the toxins. I've been able to keep the exact same steady weight for 12 months now, which is just amazing for me, but that is because of following this process of cellular cleansing.
So we're going to talk to you about 5 key areas in which you can improve your health. So the first one is creating a healthy gut. So you're probably hearing a lot in the media at the moment about the importance of good gut health. And your gut can either be your river of life or your river of death, because good bacteria in your gut is crucial to your health. So we actually have more bacteria in our gut than we have cells in our whole body. So they refer to your gut as your second brain because it has such an important role in regulating your metabolism, which obviously helps with weight loss and your ability to maintain weight. 85% of your immune system stems from your gut. That's the biggest thing that I noticed after doing the 30 Days Healthy Living program and making it part of my lifestyle, was that I would normally get sick 4 or 5 times a year with a cold when the girls got sick. Last year's the first time ever in my whole life that I actually didn't get a cold when the rest of the family had it. So it really does help to protect from infection. And another really important one is that serotonin, so the hormone that's responsible for your mood and happiness, is actually made in your gut, or a lot of it is made in your gut. So really important benefit for getting your gut health right is that it actually also improves mental health. And one of the things that I really love with the people that I've been working with on this program is a lot of the time when I check into them with them to see how they're going, they'll say to me, I know this is going to sound really weird, but I actually just feel happier. And it's awesome when I hear that, because I know then that you know, I don't generally tell this to people up front, but I know then that they actually really are starting to get that gut health right because they are noticing the benefits. So if your gut bacteria is out, it is linked to lots and lots of diseases ranging from autoimmune deficiencies, you know, it can be depression, irritable bowel, celiac, diabetes, and lots of allergies. So good gut health is really a key component of this program, is getting that bacteria in your gut to a healthy state.
So our second top tip to health is eating clean. And I mean, we hear this so much these days in the media and on social media, is eat clean, eat clean, eat clean. But then it can be really confusing as to, well, what does that actually look like? And how is that possible with my busy lifestyle to actually get in what I need to get in? So things that you actually want to include in your diet is organic vegetables, as much organic fruit and vegetables as you can get into your diet. Now, eating organic is really important because the pesticides and the herbicides that goes onto fruit and vegetables that aren't organic are actually really inflammatory to our bodies, and it's a toxin. It's one of those toxins that are building up in the body that we then need to flush out. So by choosing organic, you're able to just cut a whole heap of toxins out, and you're actually going to get a more nutrient dense vegetable or fruit than if you were to buy it non-organic. You also want to be making sure that you're getting in lots of alkaline foods, which I'm going to go into a bit more later. Now, even more important than what we need to put into our bodies is what we actually need to not put into our bodies, what we need to eliminate from our diet. And this is one of the key focuses on the 30 Days Healthy Living program, is actually the things to eliminate. Now, before I go through this, I'll just give you a little disclaimer. We're not telling you that you need to eliminate these things for life, because believe me, if I had to eliminate wine for life, there's no way I would have done this program. What we do is that we eliminate it for 30 days, because this allows your body to rebalance, reset, and then you go on to a maintenance program where we let things back in moderation, and your body is actually able to bounce back. So don't worry, you will get your piece of cake again in your lifetime. So some of the things that you should be cutting out if you're wanting to lead the healthiest lifestyle possible is refined sugar, processed foods, alcohol, coffee, which is really, really acidic for the body, high fructose corn syrups and vegetable oils, and gluten and dairy, which I'm going to go into right now for you. So why avoid gluten? I mean, it's almost like it's fashionable these days to avoid gluten, but there is actually some key reasons why people are doing this. It's not just because it's all the craze. It is actually because by avoiding gluten, we can lead a much healthier lifestyle and feel better. So what is gluten? One of the guys I used to work with is actually a baker, and he told me one day that if he grabbed a piece of dough from the bread he was making and he ran it under the water for a few minutes or so, all of the dough bits would go away and you'd be left with a hard yellow sticky ball, and that was the gluten. And you can just imagine that what that does when you actually ingest it and it goes into your colon. So this gluey, sticky, thick substance is actually over time building up in our large intestine and actually coating it. And what happens is our intestine has something called villi. And the villi's job is to absorb the nutrients from our food, take it into our bloodstream so it can be pumped around so that it can use it for all the amazing things in our body. But when we have this sticky substance over our villi and it can't get those nutrients in, it actually starts to form pockets in the side of the intestine to allow the nutrients through. So now the nutrients are getting through, but guess what? Now all of the toxic matter that we wanted to flush out of our bodies is actually getting through those holes as well. And this is what's called leaky gut, and a lot of people suffer with this these days. And what happens is that these toxins that are getting into the body through these holes are now pumping around in our bloodstream and affecting us in so many different ways. And this is where you start to see the toxins manifesting not just in the gut health. This is where you start to get the joint inflammation, pressure headaches, and these sorts of things. And it's largely to do with gluten. So that's the reason why we do cut it out for the 30 days, so that you can get rid of that glue, heal the lining, and start to feel better. So why do we eliminate dairy? Dairy is probably one of the more tough ones for people to eliminate, because we love it. I mean, I love dairy. Cheese, ice cream, love it. But do I eat it anymore? No, I don't, because I know what it's doing to my body. So pretty much in short, we as humans are not designed to drink another mammal's milk. And if you compare human breast milk to cow's breast milk, they are vastly different in the makeup of proteins and carbohydrates and all of that. Not only that, the cow's breast milk has all of these hormones and antibiotics and all of this stuff in there that they've pumped the cows full of, which are then toxic matter going into our bodies. Then on top of that, it's just so inflammatory to our bodies. And one of the key things that I hear people say is, oh, well, where am I going to get my calcium from? I need it for my strong bones. But the fact that dairy makes our bones strong is just an advertising gimmick from the dairy industry to sell more milk, because in actual fact, by consuming dairy, yes, there may be some calcium in it, but it's so acidic that your body needs to neutralize it. And how does your body neutralize it? It draws calcium out of the bones to neutralize what's happening with the inflammation. So you're not actually getting the calcium that you're wanting to get. You can get calcium from so many other sources, so many legumes and vegetables, which you can talk to your arbor consultant about, and they can point you in the right direction of how to get more of that into your diet.
So the third thing that we're going to focus on is increasing nutrient intake. So Again, I think, we fall into the trap of eating quick and convenient meals, lots of pasta. Something like spaghetti bolognese, if you actually look at that picture up on the screen there, as to how you should really be filling your plate, it wouldn't be ticking those boxes. It's probably, 50% carbohydrates and, 40% protein and maybe a little bit of vegetables. You might throw in the odd carrot and celery stick and divide that around the family. So we focus on making sure that you're eating half your plate with nutrient-dense plant-based foods, a quarter of your plate with lean protein, and then 1/8 healthy fats and 1/8 carbohydrates. So that might require a little bit of adjusting for people. The other thing that we do is we also supplement with a grains balance, because even if you are eating a really nutritious diet, because of modern farming methods, how they ripen foods, how they store foods these days, a lot of the foods that we eat don't have the nutrient value that they used to. So for example, in 1966, a 100 gram serving of green beans would give you 56 grams of calcium. In 1999, that same serving of green beans would only give you 37 grams of calcium. So you can see the degradation that's happened to the nutrients in the food as a result of various farming methods and how we store food these days.
Number 4, and this is a real big one that I don't think a lot of people consider when they look at their health and the foods that they're eating, and that is your blood sugar and your pH levels in your body. So pretty much we're talking about the acidity level of your body. And anything that we eat, anything we put into our body, either is alkaline forming or acidic forming. And it's going to create an environment inside our gut and inside our bodies, which is either on the alkaline side or the acidic side. And to be in an optimal state of health, we want to be as alkaline as possible. We ideally want our pH to sit around 7.3, 7.4, but in reality, the majority of people are sitting below 7. And that was definitely where I found myself when I found that I was really, really sick. My acidity was just off the scale, it was ridiculous. And in reality, this is so important because most cancers and disease cannot thrive in an alkaline environment. We can actually have control over a lot of the things that are happening in our body by getting our bodies into an alkaline state. It is so important. And so this is where a lot of those nutrient-dense vegetables come into our diet to just get as much alkalizing things in as possible. And you'll be so surprised at how this changes how your body feels, how your joint inflammation, your headaches, sore tummy, bloating and things like that can just disappear when you get your pH correct. So for an example of where some things sit on the pH scale, you can see a little bit of the pH scale here. 0 is battery acid, that is completely acidic. A Coca-Cola is 2.5. So battery acid 0, Coke 2.5, no wonder we can put our jewellery in there and it cleans it for us. It is so acidic. And a little fun fact for you, if you drink 1 glass of Coke, it takes 30 glasses of water to neutralise that acidity. That is absolutely massive. And that is one of the key things that we really focus on for the R1 30 Days to Healthy Living program, is getting an alkaline state happening, not just in your gut, but in your whole body. And you will be absolutely blown away by what that then causes as a flow-on effect in your body.
The other really important thing that we focus on is making sure that we do get the right amount of exercise, that there's lots of positive self-talk, and getting the right amount of sleep is really important too. And exercise is important because it does, get your metabolism going. It's great for eliminating waste and detoxification and cleansing. So we focus on those things as part of a holistic program. So let us tell you a little bit about the 30 Days to Healthy Living and Beyond program. So first of all, what this program is not is a rapid weight loss program. It's not a deprivation or a liquid-only detox diet or a one-size-fits-all. So if you're drinking 15 cups of coffee a day, don't worry, we will work with you to customise a program that will actually suit you. What the program is, it is a lifestyle changing program, and that was the key thing for me, was that this is about replacing old habits with new habits. And one of the things that I really love with the people that I've been working with is that people are saying they become much more conscious about the food habits that they were in, they're eating better, and what I really love is that whole families are eating better and sustaining the changes. So this is not 30 days, go back to my old habits. No. This is helping you break habits and replacing them with new habits that you'll continue on into the future. So A little bit about Arbonne's. So Arbonne's actually been around for 38 years. We have recently been recognised as the #1 brand globally for clean living inside and out, which is absolutely awesome. And when people say to us, who are your competitors? To be honest, we actually don't have any competitors because of our focus on clean living. So Arbonne's mission is to provide pure, safe and beneficial products. And what does that really mean? It means that our products are all formulated with premium ingredients. So we are vegan certified and have been for 38 years. We haven't just done it now because it's cool. From the outset in 1975, Arbonne was vegan certified. We're gluten free. We don't contain dairy or soy or whey, which, as Hayley's already talked to you about, can actually contribute to acidity and inflammation. No high fructose corn syrup, nothing artificial, and artificial colours, flavours and sweeteners are really, really damaging to the bacteria in our gut. So the supplements are basically just whole crushed down foods, which delivers really easily bioavailable nutrients that your body needs to stay in balance every single day. So the first product in the 5 supplements that we use as part of this program that are all designed to work together to help you to get the result is the protein shake. Now I must admit this was the product that put me off the program initially because I thought shake diets weren't really a healthy option. What I realise now is that it's way healthier than what I was doing previously, because what it's giving you is 20 grams of easy to digest vegan protein, 20 vitamins and minerals. It's also got some fibre in it, and it contains yellow peas, brown rice and cranberry, which means that it's got a complete amino acid score, which is really, really good for muscle repair and recovery, and helping to develop lean muscle. So one of the things I love about it is really, really quick and easy to get. My daughter swims in the morning. Sometimes I struggle with what to give her at 5:30 in the morning to take to school for lunch. So having a shake is way more nutritious for her than actually, having a honey sandwich or something else, and then she's hungry after first period. So I love it because it's nice and quick and easy. It's alkaline forming as well.
The next product that is part of the 30 Days to Healthy Living package is the Greens Balance, and Sharon touched on the Greens Balance already when she was saying that these days it's hard to get in the amount of nutrients that we need. So supplementing the diet with something like a Greens Balance is so fabulous for getting in all of those vitamins and minerals that we may be missing in our diet. And I know that for me, I get my my minerals and my vitamin levels tested, and they used to be next to nothing. And by using the Greens Balance, I've been able to get everything up to beyond what is meant to be healthy for someone of my age, and I put it all down to the Greens Balance. This stuff is packed full of awesome ingredients. It's not just greens, it's a broad spectrum of your blues, your reds, your yellows, your purples and your greens. So by putting that in your diet once a day, I know it gives me peace of mind that I know, okay, I've gotten in a whole heap of awesome stuff here. And it's also a great way to get a broad range, because especially if you're meal prepping or you're trying to eat clean, you often then end up eating a very narrow diet. You might have some capsicum and some cucumber, but what about everything else? And that's what I really love about the Greens Balance. And the best thing about it is you put it in with your protein powder that Sharon just talked about, and you don't even taste it, because, for me, my taste buds, greeny, not the best. But when you put it with the vanilla, oh my gosh, it is heaven.
So the key product is the Daily Fibre Boost, and that's the one that's really important for getting rid of that toxic fat. So when we think about toxic fat, men hold it around the middle, so do women, often on the backs of our arms and our thighs. So this is the key to actually it's like a sponge. It goes through our body, picks up all those toxins and heavy metals and actually eliminates them from our body. So that's our clearing the drains process. So this is actually stops the reabsorption and recirculation of toxins. What I love about it is it stops helps to maintain blood sugar levels and stabilise those, and also stabilise cholesterol. And again, that one can go into the shake as well. And the whole purpose of the shake is actually to give your gut a rest, so that when we're eating food, it has to, your gut has to do a lot of work to actually process that food. So the protein with the greens and the fibre, it's really easily bioavailable and so quick and easy, and 3 of those products are done in one go. So the average person gets 4 grams of fibre a day. We should be getting 25. So this will actually give you half of your recommended daily intake of fibre. These are my lifesaver when I had to give up coffee. I never thought I could do this program because I needed my morning coffee and my afternoon coffee before pickup. I actually had started to notice that with the coffee in the afternoon, I started to get irritable and anxious and realised that actually coffee wasn't having such a great effect on me. So I cut it out and now I've replaced them with an energy fizz stick, and these are awesome. So what they do is give you B vitamins, guarana, ginseng, all to give you a boost of energy, packed with antioxidants, and these have actually been clinically proven to boost your metabolism and also your cognitive function. So really, really good if you start to get that brain fog, to actually help you to improve your cognitive performance. So great for FIFO workers, if you're studying, if you're a shift worker, these are absolutely awesome. Only 12 calories, so you mix these up with water, and there's no artificial colours, flavours, sweeteners of course, and they taste great. There's citrus and pomegranate flavour, and the other really good thing about these is that they've got riboflavin in there, which actually helps you to metabolise carbohydrates, fats and proteins for energy.
There you go. Love my fizz sticks. I could not live without fizz sticks, I'll tell you right now. Our next product that is actually brand new to Arbonne is the 7-day body cleanse. And I have already used this product and it is amazing, absolutely amazing. And this again is for supporting the body to eliminate all of that toxic matter that is built up in our colon, because I'm telling you right now, there is a lot built up in your colon. When you put this together with the fiber boost, you really have just a powerhouse duo to get all of that stuff out, because a lot of us, especially women, are severely constipated and we don't even know it, and that is actually causing some really intense problems for your body. So to be able to get everything moving and to flush that stuff out of the body, it's really going to kickstart you into your program. It's going to kickstart your body into rebalancing and resetting. It's just another one of the amazing products that we have that can just get our body into that state that we really want to get it into. And next we have the detox tea. So this herbal tea tastes fabulous. I think I've got a cup just behind me here that I've been sipping on, but it's purposeful. So this tea is specifically for supporting the function of the liver and the kidneys, which are two of your most important detoxification elimination organs. So it's just all about getting them working in their primal state so that we can just flush out, again, as much of that toxic matter as we can. So you'll see this common theme through all of the products that together work for the 30 Days to Healthy Living program to support those elimination organs. This tea is also really great for settling your stomach. If you've got reflux or any sort of digestive issues, it's just going to really help with the lining and to soothe, and it's just great to sip on throughout the day.
So how does it all work? So I've talked to you about the products. So really what we're doing is replacing 1 to 2 meals a day with a nutrient-rich smoothie. So your protein powder with your fibre and your greens. And you can do that whenever you want. So you can do it in the morning, you could do it at lunchtime. I've actually got a water polo coach who gets home often at 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. So he actually has his in the evening. So at least 1 meal a day with those products that we've talked about in them. And then you replace your coffee or your colas or energy drinks with a detox tea 1 to 2 times a day, and a fizz stick, again 2 times a day. So instead of getting up and having a shot of coffee, you might get up and have a fizz stick. I have mine mid-morning. Again, there's lots of flexibility for you to be able to actually use these products at the times that are going to suit you when you've had your other little habits that you're replacing, which is something that I really love about it. So you're going to use those products, but you're also going to eat healthy snacks, and we actually give you a guide of snacks that you can choose from and enjoy eating whole, clean meals. And we'll give you recipes, and the meals on these are amazing, and even my kids eat them, so that was a big plus for me.
So how expensive is the program? That is one of the #1 things that people are going to ask, and of course it's important to know. And I think that actually one of my absolute favourite things about this program is that I and my husband, we save money by doing this program. It is cheaper for us to be on the 30 Days to Healthy Living program than trying to get all of these nutrients and vitamins and minerals into our diet through whole foods. So the program in total, you get absolutely everything that you need for the 30 days down to the scoop. Everything is 30 serves, and for those 30 days, using it all up, you're actually going to work out at about $10.51 per day for the program. So altogether it's $350 $315.50. So yes, $10.51 per day. And just to keep in mind there, that, as Sharon was saying, that includes 2 nutrient-dense meals for the day, 2 fizz sticks that replace your coffee, 1 to 2 teas as well. So when you actually break it down, I think I've got a breakdown on this slide here. When you break it down, the smoothies, if you've got in there your protein and your fibre and your greens, that meal is actually only costing you $4.75. And if you compare that to some of the other healthy options out there that we might go and buy for a healthy lunch or something like that, it is much, much more cost effective, and that is how I find I'm saving a lot of money. One of the other big ways that it's more cost effective is by actually cutting out that coffee. And I know my hubby, every morning before work, he would go and stop at his favourite coffee shop and buy a $5.50 large flat white. And that $5.50 every day adds up, and that is no longer coming out of our budget. We now have the fizz sticks replacing that. So another example here, like, you know, if you go and you buy a smoothie from Boost Juice, number 1, it's full of stuff that you don't want to be having in your body, but number 2, it's $9. So it is a much, much more cost-effective way. But then another thing about it is the simplicity of it, because eating healthy and trying to meal prep, I think that's one of the big things for me, is taking the stress out of clean eating. This is clean eating made simple. It's clean eating made convenient. And I can make up those 2 smoothies in the morning, take them with me wherever I'm going, and I am set. I absolutely love that. So we just have a couple of little testimonies for you to see before we wrap up tonight, because both Sharon and I, along with a lot of the other people on our team, have coached people through this program who have had incredible results. This one up here, this is actually me. On the first day, well, actually this isn't the first day, this is day 10, because I forgot to take a first day picture, but I got it on day 10. But you can still see that I'm really bloated in this picture, a lot of inflammation. And the difference between these 2 pictures is 14 days. That is huge, to be getting rid of so much bloating and so much toxic matter. Over here is one of my lovely clients that I coached through the program. 24 days difference between these photos. It's just insane. And I mean, this is bloating. And bloating isn't just about what you look like. It actually affects how you feel. It makes you feel so fatigued and so tired, and can cause depression and anxiety. So the difference that you see here isn't just aesthetic, it's actually feeling on the inside as well. Sharon has a couple of more.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really love about it, is seeing the other changes that people have. So this is actually a mum and stepdad of one of the people in our team. They've had a longer journey than some other people. But to be able to have your vitality and energy back, in life is awesome. And Robert here, one of the things I really love is he had changes to his blood pressure, to his cholesterol, to the point that he was actually able to get off medication. And I've had other clients who've achieved similar results. So, anything that you can do to be able to cut out medication, particularly things like if you suffer from reflux and you're taking something like Nexium, which is now being linked to cancer, you don't want to be putting those things into your body. So the other health benefits, in addition to the weight loss, that's the stuff that I find really exciting about this program, is actually helping improve people's health. So these are just a couple of other before and after shots, just for those who are focused on the aesthetics. This one I like because they've actually got body fat measurements, and you can see that there's a 3% decrease in body fat in just 2 weeks, which is awesome. That's that toxic fat melting away. Guys, this is for men as well, so it's not just for women. So a couple of men photos. This lady here, she is vegan, and she had some reservations about the program. Now absolutely loves it. You can see the changes in her photos here. What she loved about the program was that sometimes being vegan, it can be actually hard to get protein and also your iron. One of the great things about the protein shake is actually contains, I think it's 53% of your daily iron requirements, which is awesome. So she absolutely loved that the program was giving her things that were hard for her body to get given her vegan lifestyle.
I really love this one here as well. You might not be able to see the picture very clearly, but the big result that this girl got with the program was her skin and clearing up acne. And what a lot of people don't realise is that skin conditions and things like acne can be directly linked to your gut environment. And by actually balancing out your gut environment through the 30 Days to Healthy Living program, it is healthy living from the inside out. And we do see the manifestation not just in our weight and where we hold toxins, but in our skin and how bright our skin becomes and how our skin can clear up. And I mean, it's a 2-month difference between these photos. We might have to post these photos into the event after so you can look at them up close, but the difference is absolutely incredible. And what that can do for somebody's self-esteem and their well-being is just, it's invaluable.
I actually had a client who, her daughter owns a skincare clinic, and she already had nice skin, and people were saying to her after 3 weeks, wow, your skin's looking amazing. And her daughter actually said to her, Mum, what are you doing to your skin? Because it looks fantastic. So this is someone who owns a skincare clinic, and it was purely because of 30 Days Healthy Living program, which is pretty awesome.
Okay. So what we'll leave you with, I guess, is a bit of a call to action and to just encourage you that change in your life, it all starts with you, and it all starts with making a decision. And what I really want to do is encourage you to make a choice for you, to prioritize your health, because honestly, your health is the most valuable thing that you own in this life. And when you feel good on the inside, it's just ridiculous how that flows on into the rest of your life. When you're feeling amazing, you are better at your job, you are a better mum, you're a better dad, you're a better partner, you are more active, you make better choices for yourself, you have more fun, you laugh more, you're more encouraging to the people around you. It's not just about what you look like. This, at the depth of it, is about how you feel. And I would say to you, if anything resonated with you tonight, or if you're watching the replay, to just not even overthink it. Your health is too important to not do something about right now. You can implement some of these strategies straight away. We have a 30 Days Healthy Living accountability group starting on May 21st, so that's next week. And we want you to do the 30 Days Healthy Living program with us. In this group, you are going to get all the support that you need. You're going to get all of your meal plans and your recipes and everything, but you're also going to get daily support. I am personally running this Facebook accountability group, so you're going to be hearing from me every day if you haven't heard from me enough tonight. And I'm just going to be encouraging you and answering your questions, and I'm just going to be there to support you through this, because I'm not going to say that this is easy, but it is simple. It is simple, and you can do this. So I just want to encourage you, get in contact with the consultant who invited you to this event, and get your pack ordered. If you order it tonight, it's probably going to be here by Friday, and we can start getting you ready to get started on the 21st of May. Anything else you want to say, Sharon?
No, thank you very much for tuning in, and all I can say is if you do it, it definitely is worth it. Even if you think you're healthy now, you can just take it to a whole new level. So thanks very much for watching.
Thank you so much.
Good night.